Welcome to the Wreck Crew channel. My username in Last War is QB18. I was a gold chair. I needed to get to a purple chair in order to transfer to a proper server. I saved things for 10 weeks and then I had to open and spend them, and everybody wanted to know, how did I spend them? Well, the next couple videos that we'll add to this channel will show you that, and then we'll have new material, so make sure you subscribe. I know while I look at this gorilla, you're all saying, God, that is a sexy gorilla. How do I get my gorilla to look like that? Well, subscribe, tune in, and we'll give you a hand with that. All right, what's up, everybody? About to take the buff for science, so I thought I'd jump in, take a look at power here, which is 219 right now. Let's go over, look at the squads. We are at 66, 3, 56.5, 50.8, and then we're at 42.8. All right, so coming over, we'll go through and we'll do the science, we'll do the tech stuff, and then I'll open up the drone boxes and get that done. So a little bit later this afternoon. I know I've been getting a ton of DMs. Sorry. Last night I was whooping some ass playing pickleball and came back and the buff line was too long and needed some sleep. So we're doing it this afternoon instead. All right, here we go. Let's get 219, 126. Come in, look at what it did to our price. Probably nothing major. Not expecting anything major, by the way. 66.4, 55.5, and 50.8, 42.8. Okay. All right, so let's get into the drones. Drone stuff. Opening up boxes. All right, I got a bunch of stuff to open up. These, I want to choose level 4, level 5 boxes. Now, anytime I get a box, does not matter if level 5 is a choice for a drone component, I'm using it. That's a no-brainer. Anytime I open up one of these boxes, level 3 drone component is an option. Yes, choose it. Just keep choosing it. Now, you see all these that we have. We have 1,774 level 1s. Open all of them. Let's go. All this, see all these numbers? Don't really care. It's percentages now anyway. So just need to open the boxes, right? 984. Boom. See all these that we open. Open up all these boxes here. Now we got level 4. 4 of those to use. Level 5, open all these up. Okay, anytime, I don't even have to look at what my drone components are gonna be. Anytime I have a select or a choice drone box, always going to use missile. They're the rarest that come in, so anytime I get a select drone box, gotta use it for that. So I don't need to look how many I need or whatever the percentages are. It's always gonna be this, because I need those. They give those the rarest usually. Okay, let's jump in to our drone now and get our power boosts. Okay, you saw what it was before, so we'll do this a little at a time. I did have one level 10. I have 2 level 9s here. So let's start with this and see if we could turn this into a level 10. All right, here we go. Quick add. Oh yeah, yep. Yep, this is gonna be a second level 10. Boom. Looks like 30, it was only a 34K power boost. So that's not gonna be anything major. 219.3, it's not anything major there. 66.5. All right, let's see what else we got. Component. All right, so second 10, I wasn't sure if we could turn this into a 10. I doubt it at this point. Oh, all right, so 3 level 10s. Got that going. That's a 40K bump. So you can look at what that did. That got us to 220. Team bump. All right, number the beast. 56.7, 50, almost 51 on the tank. So let's go through the other ones, see the difference that we're getting here. This one I already had, right? So going in, just gonna do 7%, it's only a 22 bump, no biggie. Let's see if we can get these. Turn up, this one was 31%. We're trying to get to 40% to get a bump here, and 44. So we did 33.3 for the bump for that one. Okay, so 223 there, and then 66, still 666K. Components. Here's this. Quick add here. We only get to 34% here, and this one gets us to 43% on missile, which is great. That's a huge bump for missile. Still only 17. So nothing major in regards to that. So I finished now with 220 and 6.7, 56.8, and 51.0 and 43.1. Okay, so this isn't a huge surprise. I wasn't expecting big power bumps on these days. Tomorrow is going to be where I expect huge power bumps. So if you want to see, that's going to be in tomorrow's video. I expect like all my exclusive weapons, whatever. Then the following day as well, when we get into the gorilla stuff, you're going to see huge power bumps, and that's when I expect everything to really like explode on all the stuff I've been saving. So what this will show you is, though, from a tech perspective, let's break this down now. As you can see, I completed all the other tech. The non-Valor tech is done except for Garage 3 and this one thing on the truck I'm missing, which was the plunder limit. I'm not going to waste 20K on a plunder limit when it's like either somebody beats me the first time they face me, odds are they're not going to hit me in the sled 3, 4, 5 times because they don't win. So they either win or they're not. It's a waste. Why would I waste 18 Valor on this? So that'll always be, I won't finish that one. Garage 3, I highly recommend if you are not a spender or you are free to play your anything when playing this game, don't bother with Garage 3. It is a resource suck. It is the worst trip for any, and that is worse than our T10s when everybody thought that was the worst. Garage 3 is the worst because there is no advantage. You're not getting some kind of big bump for your team. It's odd if you play and you have a 4th squad, you're going to put your 4th squad on that pad anyway. Once you do 1, 2, and 4, the only reason why I'm even going down this horrific path is because I don't have any other non-Valors. So when I was doing non-Valor, I was forced to pick this one and chip away at it. And even then, I'm only 64%. And I can assure you, to get to this 64% was horrific. So stay away from this one. Don't bother. So I completed everything here, and what you'll see different from mine to everybody else is you'll see that my mastery is only 76% and these others are 0%. And other people were 100% mastery and 50% mastery, and you'll see it in the tactical and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's their strategy, that's great. This game puts things in to keep whales busy, right? Let's not forget, the whales are way ahead of everybody in this game. The big spenders, right? I'm just a dolphin doing this. Like these whales that you're talking about that are way ahead with their 100 million squads and stuff, what are they going to do to keep themselves busy in the game? They have to entertain them. So they have to come up with different things that are possible. So you end up with level 11 drone components or level 12 drone components, which you're not going to see in 2026, 2027 probably. Who knows when you're going to try to get to that. But you look at it, and from a tech perspective, they had already completed all their tech. So they needed to give them something. So they gave them mastery, right? A crap ton of Valor, eating all that up. And they ended up completing the masteries. And they had to come up with something different to give them on tech. Notice how the only thing in a long period of time that they've added for us is Age of Oil. That's because they're trying to allow people to catch up on tech. The spread was too wide for the whale to the regular player. Even somebody who's with a 50 million squat, it was getting to be too big. So they added this tactical in. Now, common players are seeing mastery and they see tactical and they say, oh, I have to have that now because the whale's doing it, blah, blah, blah. You skipped a step. You crawled and then you ran. You forgot to walk. So you don't necessarily follow the best tech path, in my opinion, the way the tech path is set up. Now I'm getting to mastery and I've completed everything else. So I'm not far behind having everything done, but I won't get to tactical because tactical isn't necessarily for me anyway. If you look at the whales that are going through tactical right now, they're not even able to complete a lot of it. It is an incredible resource suck on Valor and resources to even get through as far as the number of days it takes to do. It's all planned out. So eventually when we get there, yeah, it'll be a big power bump. We'll be able to get stuff from there. But you still need to complete all the rest of the stuff. There's no need to skip all these steps as far as the tech that you're trying to get. Use your Valor wisely and complete as much as you can. So missile mastery is what I'm on right now. I'm only going to complete that until 100%. As we move forward, I'll move to my second team, which is aircraft mastery. I don't agree with the strategy of spreading out the mastery either. I don't think it's wise. Although it can help your squad size and there is benefit to it. It's not that there's not benefit to it. I just think it's way more beneficial to 100% your first team. As I told you before in the prior videos, this game right now is focusing on one team. If you are a big spender, you have enough money, you can focus on a second team like I'm doing, trying to get it to 60 mil. But let's be honest, the majority of people are running around with one team that's 50 mil and their other teams are 20 mil, or they're running around with a 60 mil and their other teams aren't as good. That's the common player. So if you're getting into a battle, and that's what matters, right? PvP. When you get into a battle and you're hitting them, is their first bigger than yours? If it is, they can burn you, then you can just launch yours first at them, and you're just gonna be burning each other until somebody TPs, and then you come back in, and you keep going, then you keep fighting, right? So right now, that's how it's set up for the common player anyway. I would say to have the most success and be able to help your team out the most, build that first team up and get them as strong as possible. That's really just the way the game is set up currently and the avenue that we went down. So I would say do one tech to 100% in mastery. Spreading it out is the same thing as why are you spreading out your tech in mastery, but you're not spreading out your teams, right? To a strong one or a strong two. That's what I would say. So work on your main tech. And I would say don't skip siege, don't skip defense. Like do them all. It's all, there's a lot of good stuff in here as you go out. Hospital, I see a ton of people skipping hospital stuff. Hospital is so important in this game. You want to stay alive, keep your hospital resources down and keep the number of people that go in. If you can get your hospital high enough to, mine's almost 13K, 14K, that's huge. Like when you get your hospital to 15K, 16K, 17K, you can forget to shield. Somebody can completely destroy your drill grounds and you still have 17K, which, plus the 3K that's in the emergency center. So now you're running around with 20K troops, even though you got completely destroyed. Hospital is incredibly important to keep you in this game and continue to play. Work on it, develop it, get it cheaper, and get it bigger. That is my tech. From a components perspective, I would say for the spenders, for people who don't want to spend a lot of money, I just showed you. If you're getting those chests, open up level 5. Try to do whatever you can to chip away at the drone components. It is what it is. Drone components are hard to get. You slowly but surely gather them, and if you're not spending to get them, it's going to be very hard to make these later movements. So everybody you'll see is getting to level 9. Getting to level 10 becomes a big problem if you're not spending to get those level 5s components. if you're spending a little bit or you're looking on where to spend, those level 5s and like the glittering event, they're huge. They're just huge game pushers as far as this drone to push up, like to get to level 10. As you saw today, I only moved 20%, right, or 10%, and I moved 40K, 70K, and that's how it broke it up, right? So apples to apples on the moves. If you go back and look at when I was moving my drone levels, which took 1,000 gears, I was getting about 70, or maybe it was, no, I'm sorry, maybe it was like 40K per level, somewhere in there, right? So if you think about going though from a level 9 to a 10, it's not just the 20%. It's 5 times that, because it's the 20, 40, 60, 80, and then the 100 all added together, which means for every jump you're getting from the drone component is more along the lines of, like 1.5 million jump from those drone component levels. For me, the level 5 drone components are the way to go if you're going to grab things. Like I told you, same with the skill chips, right? These are the two that I think are the most valuable when you're in this drone, is the components and the skill chips. Okay, so that is it. And everybody have a great day.